Hey guys, it's TomPlaysPCGames. Thanks for joining me on another video. Now I'm doing something a little bit different for this one. I just captured some gameplay of me playing No Man's Sky, so there's not too much going on. You know, just flying around. I was actually looking for some ancient ruins. I managed to find this really cool tower on this planet that had these things that I'd not seen before, like a kind of artifact exchange point for upgrades, which I'd not really seen before. So it's flying around the planets in the system. You can see me heading over to this ancient plaque thing, and then and then the pop-in's so bad. So I was just trying to find some ancient artifacts, and then I ended up trading in the artifacts, but then it wouldn't let me do it or something. The artifacts that it needed wasn't what I collected. So I think I've still got some figuring out there. And then there's, as per usual, there's plenty of me getting distracted. If you want to watch me stream some No Man's Sky, you can head over to Twitch, TomPlaysPCGames. Over on Twitch, you can watch me stream some games over there. Playing some No Man's Sky. What else am I playing? Prison Architect. I was playing Total War Troy. I've kind of stopped playing Total War Troy now. You can see the series that I did on that. I kind of wrapped it up after 8 episodes, put the review in. I've not actually played it since recording that review. I see that they've added some expansions, but I've just not had the draw to go back to it. I got the Amazon Woman DLC for free, but even with that, I've just not had the urge to go back and play it. I don't know why. I mean, I kind of wrapped it up in the review. I just, I said I enjoyed the game, but just not as much as Three Kingdoms. But anyway, that's not really what I want to talk about today. I want to do something a little bit different. Just, if anything, I've kind of just turned the mic on with a vague idea of what I want to talk about, and just going to go for it from there. And that was just about what I really want from this channel, this YouTube channel, what I really want from Twitch. And over the last, I'm 28 now, so I'm nearly 30, and I think there's me colliding with my freighter. But I think sometimes we find in our lives that we end up somewhere that we didn't really plan to end up, right? And I think if you're of a certain age, or once you've hit a certain age, and by all means, I'm 28. I'm a young man. But I think after a certain amount of time, it's very easy to find yourself in a place in your life that you didn't plan on being, or you wouldn't have chosen for yourself. For me, I went to university. I did a degree, and I ended up in a profession that had nothing to do with my degree. I work in call centers now as a team leader, and I enjoy my job to an extent. But really, the question is, am I fulfilled by my job? Am I fulfilled by what I do to support my family? Am I fulfilled by what I spend a third of my life doing? And I say this to a lot of people I work with when they come to me with similar thoughts. I say to them, if someone came to you and gave you a third of their pizza, especially if it was a pizza you liked, I imagine you'd be pretty grateful that they've just given you such a big portion of their pizza. Right? A third is a big chunk. Or if someone came to you with, maybe you don't like pizza, maybe you like birthday cake. Someone came to you with a third of a cake or a third of a pie, and they said to you, "Hey, do you want a third of this? It's yours. You can have it." You'd be like, "Wow, thanks." A third is a big chunk. And a third is a big chunk of your life to spend doing something that you don't feel fulfilled in. So I feel like I've hit a point in my life where I want to do something that's going to fulfill me, right? And that's really what I want from this channel. This channel, this Streaming for me, it's not about, don't get me wrong, the idea of earning a living playing video games is nice, right? Especially if you're watching this, you're of a younger age. The idea of being able to sit and play video games all day is great, right? And I certainly wouldn't argue with that. Getting paid to play video games, playing video games for, probably like 15 years of my life, to getting paid to do that would be great. But for me, what I really want is I want to be able to, to help people, to support people. That's what I want. That's the bit about being a manager now that I love. It's the bit about being a manager I feel I don't get to do enough of. To help, to support people. And actually, what I want to do is use my experience and use the stuff that I think is important, stuff that I enjoy, stuff that I can relate to. I want to be able to bring some of that in and help people, using that stuff. So gaming for me is really, really close to that. I'm retraining in my career to become a professional coach, a life coach. And really that's what I want from this channel. I want to be able to connect with people. I want to be able to connect with other gamers. And I want to be able to, if I can, help people, support people. Because I remember when I was younger, when I was in my younger years, when I was going through, uni, first year of uni. I mean, heck, even when I was at high school, there was this question over my identity. Who was I? What did I want out of life? Where was I going? I went to university to study music technology, and I ended up through a set of circumstances, I ended up not being in that career. And I think that's really what I'm aiming for now. It's really what I'm aiming for with YouTube, with streaming, with retraining in my path to ultimately to try and find fulfillment. And I think really that's what I want to touch on today, in this long ramble. And if you made it this far, I'm impressed. But I think it's so important for people to try and find their fulfillment. To try and find what is it that actually matters to you. What do you want out of life? And I think it's important that that you don't. If someone says to you, "Oh, you'll never make a career playing video games. You'll never make any money playing video games." But you know what? If you love playing video games, and this is so cliche, right? This is so cliche. But if you love playing video games, if that's what you are passionate about, if that's what you enjoy, you know what? Someone's going to pay you for that. Someone's going to pay you for that. Now, especially in the year 2020, when I was 16, Twitch wasn't really a thing, but YouTube was. If anyone knows Syndicate got started playing Nazi zombies in Black Ops. Syndicate was in the year above me at the same school that I went to. So don't let anyone tell you that you're too young, or even if you're older, don't let anyone tell you that you can't retrain, you can't do what you want to do. Don't get me wrong, it's hard for me now. I've got a full-time job, I've got a family, I've got support, I've got to do my training after work. I'm working hard to get out of this job that I'm in now and do that in the right way, make sure I'm doing it in a way that supports my family. But you can do it. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it, because you can. And if you find something that you're passionate about, someone's going to pay you. Someone's going to pay you to do that. Someone's going to pay you to do that. For me, that's retraining to be a life coach. I already teach English as a foreign language outside my main job, and I love working with wood. I'm training, well, not really training, but I'm spending a lot of time working with wood, doing woodworking, building furniture, getting better at that. I'm going to start selling that eventually. So I got a couple of things that I'm really passionate about, and don't get me wrong, for a couple of years, no one of those things is going to pay. Even all those things combined, coaching, teaching English, streaming, woodworking, all four of those things combined probably isn't going to earn me what I earn now as a manager. But that's not the point. The point is what's going to fulfill you, what's going to make you happy. Well, not even happy, right? This is the thing with happiness. Happiness is, if you want to live your life being happy, that's an unrealistic expectation. And I'm sorry to say that, but especially if you're listening to this, you're watching this, you've got kids, you're aiming for your kids to, if your main goal for your kids' life is for them to be happy, that's an unrealistic expectation. They're not going to spend all their life happy. There's going to be a point where you die, you pass on, and your kid ain't going to be happy, right? Fulfillment is different. Fulfillment is working with challenges. You ain't always going to be happy. I ain't always going to be happy in the job that I'm trying to go into, in the career I'm trying to go into. I ain't always going to be happy. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. I'm going to get a lot less sleep. I'm going to get a lot less money. I'm probably going to have to move house. But it's about finding fulfillment. And fulfillment for me is connecting with people, is talking with people. Some people don't want to talk to people. Yeah? Some people just want to maybe sit there and program code all day. That's what they want out of life. They want to sit there. So maybe it's about being a software developer. Maybe it's about being a freelance software developer. Maybe you're not there at the moment. You don't know how to write any code, so you get an app. You start training on that app, and then maybe you buy a little course. You get something on Groupon or whatever. You start doing that in your spare time. It's not easy, but those things in life, especially if you're looking for that fulfillment, you got to work hard. If you're younger, it's the same. Yeah, if you're younger, maybe you don't have a full-time job, but you still got challenges. Maybe you're at school, maybe you're at university. You've got those challenges. You got that full-time. Maybe you don't have the support. Yeah, I think when you're younger, you got a lot more people telling you that they tell you to follow your dreams, but then at the same time, you don't get that guidance. Or maybe the dream that you want to follow, maybe people are telling you that dream isn't the right dream. Yeah, maybe you got a family who works in a specific industry. They've always worked in that industry, and they're telling you to follow your dreams as long as your dreams are in that industry. I mean, that's hard. It's real hard. But for me, take this from me. Take this from one internet stranger to another. You can do it. It's difficult. It's really difficult. But if you put your mind to it, you can do it. It's just about looking at why do I want this? Is this what I really want? Is it something I'm going to commit to? And let me, I continue on this little ramble. Let me tell you, there's times when I've had ideas, I've had things that I've wanted to do, I've had things that I felt passionate about, and it's just not worked out. And I got to a point where I was like, why? I'm just going to do this manager job, do a job I don't really feel fulfilled in, pays me well, puts food on my table, puts a roof over my head for me and my family. And I thought to myself, I'm just going to do this job because every time I get a harebrained scheme, it doesn't work out, or I get demotivated, or something doesn't go right. But I always find myself going back to it because I'm not fulfilled. And actually, what we find is that as people, as humans, we're always looking for this meaning. We're always looking for meaning in what we do. And I think that's always gonna draw us back. So if you're not fulfilled in what you're doing, it might be that you have to go through a couple of iterations to find out what your meaning is. For me, all the ideas I've had have always been around helping people. They've always been around helping people, supporting people, connecting with people. But actually, even though that's been the running theme, it's taken me a couple of iterations to find out what that's going to be and what that's going to look like. So if you find yourself going into something and you think this is the best idea in the world and you love it, and then 3 months later you start setting stuff up and it's just not working and you don't feel right, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Just think about what it is in that idea that you had. What is it that was going to give you that fulfillment, and try and find a different way. What are the different ways that you can bring that to life and make that work for you? You know what? I think that's going to do it. I think that's going to do it. If you made it this far, thanks so much. Thanks so much for supporting me. I really appreciate those of you that watch my, those few of you that watch my videos. It means a lot to me. And I think, I really want to get this video out there just to kind of set the scene. I've done some series now. We've got some Prison Architect going up. We've got a bit of Call of Duty. We've got some Total War Troy. And that's great. I love doing those Let's Plays. I love recording my streams. But really, I wanted to take a minute and 15 minutes and set out what is this channel about? What am I about? What are we doing here? And I think more than anything, sometimes it's just about hearing yourself vocalize those words about what are you doing, you know, what are you actually doing, and trying to cement that. And sometimes it's really helpful if you've got an idea, if you've got something that you're working towards. Maybe you're watching this video and you're saying, you know what, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that thing that, you know, no matter what anyone says, I'm going to make it work for me. Sometimes it's just about saying that out loud, you know. Sometimes it's just about saying that out loud and just telling someone, just talking to someone and saying, you know what, I'm going to make this work. Yeah. All right, guys, that's going to do it. I hope you enjoyed this video. You all have a great day. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitch, TomPlaysPCGames. You can hit that subscribe. If you want to hit that like button, that's a massive help for me. You know, you want to hit that little like button on this video, so maybe drop me a subscribe. That'd mean the world to me. You can check me out on Twitter, TomPlaysPCGames. I hate Twitter. Absolutely hate Twitter. Don't like it at all. But it's a good way for me to connect with people again, and just more than anything, given my schedule for, you know, when I'm going live, because my schedule for streaming is a bit sporadic. Because, you know, family life, family comes first and all that. So if you follow me on Twitter, you can stay up to date. I try and post a couple of hours ahead as to when I'm going live. So you can follow me on on Twitter to see that. Or again, you know, you got Twitch as well, and you got YouTube if you want to follow me. So thanks, guys. You have a great day, have a great week, and I'll catch you soon.